Validation is about determining whether a product or service will be successful before you start to build it. This involves testing assumptions and getting feedback on your ideas. It can be the most daunting aspect of launching a new business because it means putting your ideas out there for people to critique. But this is vital to ensuring that you're creating something that people actually want, and there are some great ways of engaging your potential customers to help you bring the solution to life, and it can also build a customer base before you even begin. Yes TV dropped into Sharesies to discuss with co-founder Sonya Williams how this process can work for you.
Well, thank you for joining us today. It's awesome to have a chance to chat with you. Do you want to just start by telling us a little bit about Sharesies and what you guys do?
So we're an online investment platform that makes it really easy to start investing. So people can get started without needing heaps of money first, without knowing how to invest. We teach people as they go. People can put away money as much as they want on a regular basis and build up an investment portfolio. So we started in October of 2016, and from that point we did 6 months of customer validation first. So we launched in June of last year, so that's 2017.
You started with a period of validation, which is obviously quite extensive. Could you tell us a little bit about that, and would you consider what you did was an MVP?
Yeah, I guess it's a path to MVP, really. So what we went about was really, we had this idea that it would be really great to start investing in a fun and online way that removed a lot of the barriers that kind of stopped us all from investing in the first place. But it's like, it wasn't enough that we had that problem. It was like, let's fall in love with the problem, let's find out if other people have that problem, and let's really use those insights to inform the solution we end up with in the end. Through that process, what we did, and sometimes, like every little point in our journey was kind of a bit of an MVP, I would say. So one of the things we did was pre-selling, which is a tool that people can use to make sure they've got a viable idea or a viable business, which is, you don't have a product, you just have an idea or an idea for a solution. You kind of knock up a website really fast and then ask people to put in their email address if they're interested. So in that process, so before we even had a product for Sharesies, we did that, and by the time we launched, we ended up having over 6,000 email addresses. So that really showed to us that people were super interested in this and kind of felt attached to this in some way.
So do you feel almost as important as validating was the invalidation? It was finding out what wasn't good, what wasn't working, what people didn't want? Yeah,
definitely. Like I think there's some kind of famous quotes around making almost tests like you want to see it not succeed, or like be quite ruthless against yourself. Like, and I think that can kind of make sure you're being really real with yourself about whether your idea is good or not. Like you might, and part of it could be, it's not really looking for people to tell you that, you know, it's not like, do you like this? Is I think a clear differentiation. It's like, is this a problem you feel? So you're looking for a big problem, like something that is maybe getting an emotional reaction, or something that, because it's either causing people pain or it's helping them kind of fulfill an ambition in their life, like something they want to be. So that's kind of a good sounding board on whether you're hitting a nerve here. And then, is that market or is that big enough to sustain a business? I think, and I think it's like around the mindset that you take into those things. So it's like, we had the idea, and it's almost like park the idea. What is the problem here? And then you kind of go all in on that. And then it kind of doesn't matter, you know, you kind of like, you hope the idea washes up at the end and it and somewhat validates that. But it's almost like you have to forget about the idea altogether and look for the problem and then fall in love with that. And so it's really helped us as well as we grow, because before we had a product in market, we actually, because there was this problem, we identified ways that we could solve the problem without having a product. So knowing that people didn't know anything about investing, we just wrote blogs about how to start investing or how to be better with money or all these kinds of things, which actually solved the problem, but it had nothing to do with our product. And that's actually what helped us build that base of 6,000 customers. So, and then using those insights is what helped us craft the solution.